the underlying basis of the magical things that are implicit in traditional fables is a seldom explained deep philosophical understanding concerning the power of cosmic divinity. Framed within a readily accessible story or narrative that is often quite down to earth, lies a highly technical and austere appreciation of certain dynamic forces in the universe, and of the relationships, responses, and interactions of human beings and other living things to those forces that exist constantly all around us. These traditional folkloric tales often contain strongly sexual elements and themes, and such elements were still intact in the stories themselves prior to around about the 18th century. At the time, especially when the Brothers Grimm gathered many of the original story traditions together into their popular published compilations, and to some extent then sanitizing them in the bourgeois way. But although the stories retained their intrinsic dramatic or comic appeal, and were very palatable to the popular tastes and moralities of the day, they were regularly critically deprived of key aspects of their reason. It was tools of magical initiation. In the original, ancient recounting of the tale, it is always the case that some actual physical item is presented by the storyteller during the occasion of the story's telling or retelling. Sometimes the stories were told on special occasions, at certain times of the year, in accordance with perhaps the season, with certain conjunctions of moon and stars, particular zenith. All the fables have certain common mysterious intermediary who imparts some confidential message to the protagonist, or who even hands over a magical item, a cloak of invisibility, a key that unlocks something important, and travels to another place, different from the earth that we know during our normal working hours. Princesses are known by their hereditary tiaras, and these usually have belonged to some earlier princess that has gone before them, most often their own actual grandmother. The traditional account of the 12 princesses, for example, who wore out their dancing shoes each night at some mysterious castle on a lake, shows them descending through a door into an underground world. This is the metaphorical underworld. It is not simply to be understood as the place where the deceased are, the world that is unseen by mortal eyes. In this world, the princesses also pass through the very famous mythical garden in which there are trees which bear fruit, respectively gold, silver, and bronze. This magical garden aspect features in a large number of different fables from many different cultures all over the world. Mythical fables may be understood in many ways and at many levels. For our purposes here, we wish to consider the aspect of magical jewels, in particular, the diamond, held within the precious metalwork of the princess's tiara. In fact, all gemstones have magical qualities in terms of ancient and traditional folklore. Diamonds as elements of magical fable are particular to the higher aristocracy. They have a notorious caveat from them. They are, of all jewels, the most able to seduce the ego, to the exclusion of the sensible nature that a ruler and a leader must always have. To subdue the power of the diamond's potentially sinister inner genius is the mark of a true leader. But the diamond, too, has the prime power to open doors to anywhere in the universe and to unlock the secrets of even hermetic seals. The power of the magical diamond operates faster than the speed of light. And sometimes the thing has already happened, and the destination reached is not yet realized by the person intending to wield the diamond. Entering into the vulgar world needs must be a sycophant, being whose task it is to guide the learned souls to fabulous places, wherefrom may be brought back fruit from those trees bearing gold, silver, or bronze. And this mysterious figure is called Mercury by the Romans, Hermes, and sometimes Ganymede by the Greeks, and many other names too. Only the purest of good beings may reside inside a diamond, which is the cause of its prime place among all gems, and of its usefulness to kings and princes, and all esteemed rulers of the earth. Certainly it is outside the scope of our immediate concerns here, speak of those spells which illumine the actual particular diamonds which you hold in your hand, in order to work the magic of the ancient folklore. Yet we know them all.